Howdy guys, Bookie Laura here. First things first, Happy New Year. Hope it's a good one for you. And second things second, this is my wrap up for December. As expected, I had a really good reading month in December because once I got work and things out of the way and we broke up for holidays, I had a lot of time to do some reading. So I managed to read 6 books in December and I was really chuffed to bits with the books that I read. The first book that I read this month is The Girl with All the Gifts. Now I don't have a physical copy of this book because I gifted it to my sister as part of my Christmas gift book thing. Christmas book gifting. I'll leave a link below and you can go check out the video. It's quite cool. I'm quite proud of it. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was a really interesting idea and I was completely intrigued by it. You feel like it doesn't tell you the whole story. You have to keep reading to find out what's going on, to find out who these people are and the history, which I always appreciate in a book. I did feel that it lost its way a bit. The story started full on intrigue and then you had drama and action and then it kind of fizzled out a bit, but it did pick up towards the end and it was worth carrying on reading. A big tick for me went for the fact that it was quite sciencey. It wasn't just your average thriller, exciting story, which made it feel more real. I like a bit of realism, and when you have a bit of what feels like fact in there, an explanation, I enjoy a book more. A bit Michael Crichton-y. The second book I read this month was Touching the Void by, what's his face? Joe Simpson. Again, don't have a copy of it because I gifted it. Check out the video, you'll love it. I gave it 3 stars. I was a little disappointed. It had a lot of technical language, a lot of sort of stuff to do with mountain climbing, is that the word? Yeah, mountain climbing, that actually I just didn't know, and I felt like I spent a lot of time trying to find out what all this detail meant. I did think it was full of suspense, which was particularly impressive as it was a true story, and obviously you know how it ends. So after I read those, I decided that I was feeling a bit switched off and I wanted to read something I was going to enjoy, easy reading, so I went with Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I gave it 4 stars in the end. It was very easy reading, which I enjoyed. It's exactly what I wanted at that point. It is what I would consider to be chick lit. That kind of style isn't 100% to my taste, but I still enjoyed it. I felt that some elements of the plot were predictable, but do you know what? With those kinds of books, you're not necessarily looking for plot twists and surprises. You're just looking for, you know, easy reading. I don't know, an easy ride. The most annoying thing about the book was that every so often they would randomly throw in a different character's perspective. And it wasn't done consistently. Some books do that, that's their style. It was just done at random points 3 or 4 times throughout the book. And I just thought, why? I don't get why you're doing this. So yeah, that was an alright read. At that point in the month, I went on a trip to the library with my son because the school holidays had started. I decided I'm not going to get any books for me because every time I go, I can't find any. So we'll just go in, grab some books for him and leave. I found 2 books that I was desperate to read. So I then went on to read those. The first one was Maus. Who's Maus by? Art Spiegelman. This is a really famous graphic novel. I gave it 4 stars. I was really pleased with it, but I just know that they're not my thing. I thought it was incredibly hard hitting. When I finished reading it, I literally felt stunned, like it affected me in a way that stayed with me. I felt just that real shock. And I think that graphic novels are a really, really clever way of addressing really difficult issues. I read Persepolis earlier in the year, and I think that was fantastic. I learned so much from that and from this. I then read the other book that I got from the library, which was The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. I was really excited about reading this because earlier in the year I listened to, as an audiobook, the Raven Boys. I thought I'm going to read the second book in the Raven cycle, and I'm definitely more into it from reading the book. Weirdly, couldn't get the audible narrator's voice out of my head when I was reading this, which was very strange. I felt that I really got to grips more with the characters. When I listened to the Raven Boys, I found it hard to distinguish between who the different characters were, particularly the boys, and in this book I felt they all became quite separate. There were really clear differences, so I enjoyed that and I will be continuing the series. The final book that I've read this month, I'm going to tell a secret that I haven't actually finished it yet, but there are 5 hours left of this month and I've got, you know, 60 odd pages to read, so I'm pretty convinced, and that is Skellig by David Almond. When I finish it, I will have read 52 books in 2016, so that is happening. As I say, I haven't finished it, But I'm really enjoying it. I'm finding that it is a very, very easy read, definitely a children's book, but the story is intriguing, and actually it feels quite emotive. It's got some quite strong messages in it that I feel are going to be even stronger at the end, so loving that. So those are the books that I read in December. If you have read any of them, let me know. Not sure what else to say, guys, but thanks for watching. Thanks for a fab year. I've loved it, and I'm very excited about 2017. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.